Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar Games have committed an estimated $2 billion to the production and marketing of Grand Theft Auto 6. This chart shows the leap. GTA 5 cost $265 million. GTA 6 pushes that to $2 billion, the most expensive interactive media product ever. That expenditure pulls retail prices up, moving the standard console baseline from $60 to $80. Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick is the executive enforcing this valuation. His argument to investors is straightforward. The volume of content and hours of entertainment in the game outweighs the upfront cost to the player. That $80 tag is a mathematical necessity. It is directly tied to the underlying software architecture and a new model for enterprise distribution. To see exactly why this product requires such a high capital return, we have to look under the hood at the engineering that built it. The primary driver of these development costs is Rockstar's proprietary rendering technology, the Rage 9 engine. Look at this Rage 8 versus Rage 9 feature matrix. The previous engine relied on pre-baked shadows. Rage 9 moves to full hardware ray-traced reflections and global illumination. This removes the need to manually place artificial light sources. The hardware calculates light paths dynamically, requiring immense processing power. Next is the leap in fluid dynamics. The engine upgrades from 2D wave height maps to real-time 3D Navier-Stokes hydrodynamics. The Navier-Stokes equations are mathematical formulas used to calculate precise fluid motion. Rendering these in real time for an entire ocean is a massive computational hurdle. These fluid systems cascade into other mechanics, driving procedural vehicle damage and calculating soft body collisions during high-speed crashes. Writing bespoke, interwoven physical laws from scratch inflates baseline production budgets well past standard studio limits. That research and development overhead directly necessitates the higher retail price. The secondary engineering leap involves the behavioral artificial intelligence systems governing the non-player characters in Leonida. These NPCs operate on a memory-driven logic model. Their responses alter dynamically based on your past criminal interactions in their area. Rage 9 supports over 500 concurrent active NPCs operating on this memory model at once, placing a heavy load on the CPU. When you combine dense, memory-driven AI with massive environmental assets, you create a data bottleneck for standard console hardware. This data pipeline chart illustrates the required solution. To stream 8K native textures smoothly, data must flow directly from the drive, through the Direct Storage API, and into the console's unified memory. Because of this, players face a strict hardware advisory: at least 200 gigabytes of high-speed NVMe storage capable of 5,500 megabytes per second read speeds. The software pushes current generation architecture to its physical limits. Players are paying the $80 premium to subsidize that scale of hardware-level optimization. A $2 billion investment cannot rely on failure-prone marketing pipelines. Historically, anticipation metrics for major video game reveals result in one specific outcome: localized traffic spikes that crash launch day servers. This network map shows the risk of funneling data loads through standard video endpoints like YouTube or Twitch. The volume of concurrent requests causes localized bottlenecks and stream failures. To bypass this, Take-Two secured an exclusivity agreement to broadcast the extended look premiere directly to Netflix first. Netflix operates a high bitrate multi-node content delivery network designed for global television premieres. Rerouting traffic through this infrastructure avoids the server failure problem. It also grants direct access to 300 million mainstream television consumers who wouldn't normally tune in to a dedicated gaming stream. For Netflix, hosting a broadcast event of this scale generates momentum for Q4 subscription acquisitions. Bypassing traditional platforms secures the massive audience reach required to offset a $2 billion production budget. Wall Street financial models are aggressive, projecting gross revenues of $1.5 billion within the first 24 hours of release. Looking at this pricing strategy matrix, the baseline return starts at the $79 Standard Edition, which carries no pre-order bonuses. Selling standard editions alone won't achieve the rapid break-even target. The publisher must push users toward high-margin premium bundles to inflate average revenue. They drive these conversions using specific incentives, like 3-day early access windows and integrating a 6-month Netflix subscription directly into the $100 digital deluxe tier. There is also a deliberate operational constraint placed on the PC version, scheduling a staggered release window 12 to 18 months later in 2027. This forces PC players to purchase a console version at launch to avoid spoilers, and then purchase the unlocked PC version a year later, guaranteeing double-dip software sales for Rockstar Games. These tiered packages and staggered pipelines are meticulously engineered financial mechanisms designed to guarantee that massive first-day gross. The graphical fidelity, fluid physics, and narrative scale of the Rage 9 engine definitively require a $2 billion development budget. Recouping that capital investment demands abandoning standard web servers in favor of a unified Hollywood-scale delivery network via Netflix. These three components, the Rage 9 architecture, the massive Netflix streaming distribution, and the multi-tiered $80 pricing structure, mutually support one another. The successful execution of this strategy is projected to drive a 15% equity valuation increase for Take-Two Interactive. The August broadcast on Netflix establishes a multi-stage marketing pipeline that other major publishers will actively attempt to replicate. The coordination of these systems provides a tested framework for managing the financial and technical pressures of a multi-billion-dollar development cycle.